Sorry I'm late. Hey there. I figured this thing out, I think. Let's see here. This is my very first solo live stream. And I was just like, I'm gonna go. I gotta fiddle around down here in the basement. So I thought I'd just what the heck, see if I can get this StreamYard gig to work. I don't even know why I got headphones on. I'm not even sure that matters. I don't think that matters. What up? Sorry, Eris. The 10-minute late. Yep, you're right. So, sorry, Kyle. Good to see you, Mustang. Uh, Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like I said, this is my first live stream, so I'm a little late to the party and a little green around the gills. So, what up, SLR? I just thought I'd come down here. I had to do some work on one of my pistols. Got a 2011 that I was having some issues with extracting stuff, so I needed to do some work on it. And see if I can get this thing. This is a USPSA model 2011. It's my full custom gun. So I just thought I would give this come down here and do some work on it, and maybe hit a live stream, all that business. See what's up with you guys. See if live stream something that be all right to do. I don't usually have much time. Let me know if the audio is good. You guys can hear me. Not. Yeah. Nah. What's up, Jim? SLR. Thanks for joining me, guys. Can you hear me? Audio good? No audio? Maybe I do need that. Can you hear me? Tom Mater. Anybody's got any problems with anything, you just cool, sweet, sounds awesome. Glad Gearhead, thanks buddy, appreciate you. Yeah, so I'm just down here. I'm not sure that I'm live stream material or not, but we thought, what the hell, we'll give her a shot. I had got my Carry Optics gun I'm working on here too. I needed to do some stuff to it. Just needed to make sure that the red dot was in. And we can talk about some tools, do some man stuff in the man cave. Of course, my whole house is pretty much a man cave because I do what I want. Girlfriend, she's out of town, so I don't have to deal with any of that business. Hey, Jim Harrington, thank you from Michigan. Did a little live stream last night late. That was a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Not really usually up that late. Ain't been up that late for a while. I guess I did a little bit last weekend, but talked about a few things, liked and didn't like. Had some good chats there with the maintenance man. Seems like a really good dude. He was having a good time last night. I appreciate him letting me on his channel. And Everyday Fleet Tech. It was good to get on another chat with him and whatnot. So, any questions you guys have for me or whatnot, you just sling them down there in that comment box. We'll talk about them. I'll just be fiddling around here with my pistols or whatnot, and we'll just get this thing going. I'm try it out, give it a 30-minute test run, and see how we do here. Talk about these here Cornwell screwdrivers if you guys want to. They're growing on me. I definitely have had some time, kind of messing around with them. They're definitely, these square handles are definitely funkier than probably most people's stuff, but I noticed that, just the using these things now, that when they come into your hand, your palm kind of rests on it and your thumb And it's got that palm swell, and your thumb kind of rests on it. It lays right into that sucker like a bed, and I kind of dig that. And then, of course, using them, like such. Just doing that on my $1,000 phone. They seem to work pretty good. So, only bad thing is they're not made in America. They are Taiwan made. The tips are blasted. They are magnetic out of the box, so that's kind of cool. Definitely like that. But they got handle differentiation for the handles. Yeah, I'm doing everything here off the tablet, so try to get everything focused in here on the right deal. Obviously upside down, but the handles a little bit funky here as they different sizes. So hey, look at that, Sean Coleman. Thanks, Guns and Tools. Yeah, I like it all. Baco screwdrivers, check them out. Yeah, Baco is good stuff. Obviously, Snap-on owns Baco, so they know. Alpha Motel or Hotel. Alpha Hotel, I like that. Got you there, buddy. That's a good name. Yeah, hell yeah. Baco screwdrivers. I don't know much about them, but I know Baco makes, like I said, Snap-ons, Creston wrenches. Hey, we got Justin Sturgill in the house. How the fuck are you doing? I've been on live streams kind of all day off and on, so Lonely Mechanic, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, the just rapping about screwdrivers right now, but I guess hopefully I get some more content going out here on my channel that's going to be different. I'm slowing down buying tools this time of year for me. I shoot more when it comes about March, so this is a slow time of the year for me. My shooting time has kind of bottomed out. Don't really go to the range much. Cold. I stay inside. I hibernate. Ring that bell. Brad loves it. Ring that bell, buddy. Ring a ding, 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 ding. I just don't shoot that much, but normally, I've got cases of bullets. I got S&S sponsors. S&S Casting sponsors me. So I get these things, and we call them little red lipstick bullets. I got handfuls of these in the box down here. And, switching off tools talking here. But I make these little freedom seeds, That's what I like to call them. Where the hell is my... Oh, there she is. Lost my spittoon, the trusty old spitter. Yeah, I hopefully my channel keeps growing, Gearhead. It's one of those deals where I guess I just want to be different than everybody else. I don't, I like a lot of people's content, and like to see different stuff. And Williams, I'd like to check out some more Williams stuff. I think that would be a good deal there, Tomater. That would be cool to see a full catalog. Tom's got some hookups on the Williams catalogs here. Justin's on it. I'm dipping Skull Berry Blend, and not really happy about it. I usually choose Skull Citrus Blend. It seems that apparently they're not. That's not relevant in the deal. Hey, Bale Eckridge. Sorry, I'll butcher your name. Not very good with pronunciation sometimes. Sorry if I missed you guys and you're joining the chat. Hey, Corey Suttle's in the house. Boy, we're racking them up. People are flying in and out of here. I didn't even think. I thought maybe I'd get like 2 or 3 people. Anyways, yeah. It's hard for me to keep focused on guns or tools. I like them so much, and I usually need tools for guns. So, that's kind of what the correlation goes there. I was, as being a mechanic, shooting kind of turned into one of those deals to me where I think it was, like it just kind of, I don't know, tinkering and building guns. I mean, like, you buy these guns, these custom guns are like, it's like there's a toolbox right there. I go to buy a toolbox right there, that gun. Your magazines, MBX builds magazines. These are $140 a piece. You need about 6 or 8 of them. Yeah, Kyle, I don't know about being famous, but we'll smash that like button for the fellas. For Gearhead. Yeah, I don't know about being famous. I just, I think I've always got to, there's people who like me, people who hate me, whatever. I mean, you're not going to get people unanimously to, love you all the time, I don't think. I mean, there's always going to be somebody out there, it's just like when I'm in shooting, I've learned that's probably part of the reason why I've kind of given up on trying to feel like I need to have everybody like me is when I was out shooting, you win a match consistently. This year I did not win that many matches. I had some gun problems, was busy with work, starting up the business, all that shit kind of got in the way. Didn't really get out there and practice, but when you're shooting and you start winning, people start chasing you, and then you'll start getting the haters. I mean, that's what you're gonna do. And you got to take that as a compliment when people dislike you, because that means that you're doing something right. And it's just one of those deals where I think that maybe that's some of these channels they should look at that way too. Because I don't try to get too upset when somebody's bagging on me for being who I am. Overweight, whatever. I've overcame a lot of stuff in my life, and it is what it is. I still move like the wind when I need to, and it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know, the tools. Always loved tools. I was a tool dealer for years, and not years, but 7 years I was a tool vendor. Don't ask me who for, because I'm not going to talk about it. We parted ways with good on good terms, and I have nothing bad to say about the people I worked for. Just one of those deals where I was young and got into a deal where I just wished I would have been a little bit smarter. I learned my lesson. You don't ever get in business with somebody and not get a contract. I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, whoever. You just kind of you learn those things. I was 21 years old, had a bunch of money in my pocket, burning a hole, and guy said he wanted to go in investments with me, selling tools, and I said, I'm in. Sounds like a great idea. 2 weeks later, I'm on a plane. I'm gone. And then I had a great run at it. I mean, all the people I sold tools to loved me. I never bullshitted somebody, and if I sold something that they didn't like, I took care of them. That's all there is to it. That's why I love the tool truck, because I think if there's guys that run the tool trucks right, they were like me and they have passion and they care about it. They care about their customers. They don't want to sell shit. I was really passionate. I had a big voice. Like I said, I was number 3 in the world for tool sales when I was doing it. So it wasn't like I was a slouch. And I busted my ass, and me and old Justin Sturgill had this conversation too about running a business. Running a business is a lot like having kids. You just never leave them alone, and that's kind of how it is. It's just you're constantly working, you're constantly wanting to improve it, and you're constantly wanting to get better. If you're not, then either you've made so much money you don't give a shit anymore, or your business is doing something different. I don't know a single person in my circle, especially people that own businesses, that do that. But let's see here. What do we got? I got to answer some questions for some people. Looks like here. What's your opinion on home defense gun? My opinion on a home defense gun is to shoot. Have something that you're very familiar with. I don't recommend anybody have a home defense gun that they don't, aren't comfortable with, and they don't know how to operate and malfunction, malfunction drills. I'm not the best guy to talk to about gun stuff. If you don't shoot a lot like I do, I mean, I shoot 30,000 rounds a year. I've done a lot of self-defense training, and I've done a lot of training with the police. you know, this and that. My opinions definitely don't line up with people who maybe haven't done as much of that training. You know, I probably got about 500-600 hours, you know, just in training alone, and I probably got, I don't know, probably 3,000-4,000 hours behind the trigger of a gun. I've shot a lot. To me, it's almost like breathing air sometimes. I mean, I've put a lot of freedom seeds downrange. Hey, one mechanic, how's it going? So I think the best home defense gun is something that you want to use or that you're familiar with. You know how to malfunction, you know, how to clear malfunctions on it, you know, how to clear your, you know, just operate the gun flawlessly, all that stuff. So, hey, AgTech 45. No, actually, I seen that comment you had on somewhere else. I did not get that magnetic strap for that scan tool or that deal because I had one in my fluke kit. So that one in the fluke kit fit right in the strap for that. So I didn't even have to buy one. So I was pretty tickled about that. And that one in the magnetic strap in the fluke kit was awesome. That thing was kick ass. And I've been using the shit out of my meter. In fact, I somehow blew a fuse in it doing a draw test, which pissed me off because Snap-on guy dinged me for $20 when they're $5.99 for a little fuse, 11 amp little fuse. So that was aggravating. I was like, well, that thing's got a 7-year warranty. So maybe we'll shoot 1 mil. Yeah, no, that's why they shoot those, Noah. That's exactly why they do that. You know, there's a lot of time that goes behind shooting when you get into that stuff. So I don't want to shun anybody else off the channel, you know, talking about guns. So, you know, we'll talk about tools. If you got a question, just throw it in there. But I can kind of jump back and forth on both topics. I'm not the leading authority on firearms. Not going to try to act like I am. You know, like I said, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. You know, I'm about middle of the road on everything. You know, in USPSA, I'm, you know, right in the middle. You know, there's about 35,000 members. I'm right at 15,000 as far as you want to rank me in that. So not the super, you know, not the best, but I'm in the top 25% of the country. So that's okay with me. You know, I've gotten plenty of time behind the trigger, met a lot of great guys. And I shoot for the police, Iowa Concerns of Police Survivors. So that's one of those deals. Team 6, 2 months, man. Yeah, I've read a lot. Chris Kyle's book. I've read, you know, a lot of books on stuff. Lanny Brasham, professional hack. Just yeah, pretty much. I guess I just, you know, I just learned I'm just one of those guys that I can learn anything. Doesn't make me an expert, but I can do anything, you know, and I definitely see that with Justin too. I mean, we're not scared to get out and get our hands dirty. You know, I represent the blue collar, you know, community. In my opinion, you know, I represent, like, you know, blue collar people are what drives America. You know, they're what keep people going. You know, they just they get out and get shit done. I mean, without blue collar people, nobody would ever make any money. I mean, you can't. You know, hey, Carl M. A. Murray, good to see you guys. Appreciate you joining the chat. You know, I treat my guys like that in the shop too. It's one of those deals where I want them to feel like they're important every day they come into work, and I want them to feel good about where they're working. And you know, it's not always, you know, rainbows and kittens when you come into the shop, but you know, that's one of those deals. You just got to accept the good with the bad. You know, not every day is going to be great days. So that's how I feel about it anyways. You know, I try to bring a lot of humor into the shop. You know, if shit gets tense, I don't like tense stuff. And, you know, I'll speak my mind sometimes, and, you know, everybody loses their temper. That's how it is. You know, you got a kid that is acting up and he pisses you off, you know, is what it is. I don't have any kids, but I see a lot of people do it, and I know how my dad was, and now I know how he felt. But you know, that's yeah, Mark Schumacher, yeah. You know, it's one of those deals. It's all public information. If you Google the guy, look at it. He looks like a dirty cat to me on paper. I don't know. You got to watch sometimes, on social media or Google or whatnot, looking up stuff. I do understand, when you Google some people's stuff, um, you just got to kind of really read through all the thick of things and make sure you're getting to the bottom line of it. But it looks like to me that he definitely is all about that rich life. And I'm not saying that. I guess if I made a bunch of money, I'm just a humbler person. I'm not really all about that, $150 million yacht, and but every big corporation has to hide money. Understand that? So um, it is what it is. So this is Eric Schmidt, Ducati Parts, the CEO of Harbor Freight. I was enlightened. I just Googled his name one day and started looking at stuff, and there's just a whole shit list of things about him that I thought was a little bit reckless. It's all information. It's not nothing I'm making up. This is stuff that you look up on. So he's just not what I would consider. If you look up the CEO of Snap-on, he doesn't have that kind of background where he's been accused of this and that. So it's not like I'm sticking up for Snap-on or anything, but there's just if you're in that position, in a high level position like that, you understand that you're going to get ivory eyes are on everyone. Hey, toolbox footage, you know, and it is what it is. I don't want to get into too much political shit. Anybody wants to jump on here with a live stream too, let me know. I'll definitely share the floor with somebody. I'll bet you Eric Schmidt doesn't have Harbor Freight stuff in his house. He probably has somebody working on most of his stuff and doesn't have a damn tool. He's got a comment out there where he jokes about making all his money off of $50 chainsaws. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I guess that's kind of a point where I don't know that it's real bragging, right? But here's the thing too. I got a question for the guys: if you're a millionaire, you're selling cheap ass tools. Why do you need the best yacht out there? Do you drive? You should be driving cheap cars then too. I think. I mean, you gotta practice what you preach. That's kind of how I look at it. Grant the guy's all about making money. That's fine. And I don't want to like rip on somebody who's making money because that's not what I'm about. But hey, Junk from work, what's up, buddy? I don't want to rip on somebody who's they're making money, because obviously making money is what it's all about. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not out here. Hey, was that Cornwell one mechanic? Hey, was that Cornwell deal with the die grinder in November's flyer? Yes, it is. It is a 2-for-1. No, it was in October. Sorry, it was an October flyer. I apologize. I just got the Cornwell guy in the last weekend of October, and they said they would honor all of October's flyer. Hey, Dennis, what's up? When I go on the tool truck with a checkbook, I spend a lot of money. I don't make it off the tool truck. $300 is like pretty much a normal time for me on the tool truck. Yeah, that was a good deal, one mechanic. I'll tell you what, I didn't really need any more die grinders, but I wanted to get one of those Milwaukee ones. Seen everybody talking great about the Milwaukee electric die grinders. Still on the fence with one. I think if I had one to try, I'd probably be more apt to buy one. But since I don't, I'm not going to jump off it. I mean, I have like 12 die grinders, and shop air is readily available in my shop. I basically set my whole shop up like I've always used air. And, I ran pipe, black pipe everywhere. I've got hose reels everywhere. I don't mind using the die grinders, the air die grinders, and not like I use them a bunch. And, just is what it is. But Cornwell die grinders, I've always heard those gearless ones are just badass. And I got to tell you, I'm not disappointed with it. I got to do a little bit of hub cleaning. I did a brake job. And I don't normally do brake jobs anymore because, I try to save that work for the guy, my lower end guy. But I just really, really dug that thing. So Yeah, you're right. You're right. Toolbox footage. Unfortunately, though, Eric Schmidt trumps the Snap-on guy by quite a bit. So, uh, yeah, one mechanic. You're right. I'm still on air for certain tools too. Hey, Jacob, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a hell of a deal. 120, 22 or $23. I don't remember. I just said swoop that thing up. He ordered in like a dozen of them, so he's got a dozen of them extra. But I'm kind of it's interesting being on a Cornwall truck. It's a different deal. Um, let's see, tool truck trip equals break off. Yeah, it's hey, Dan's Epic Garage. It's better than buying a boat, though. you know. Uh-oh. Tom Ferret says my system's froze. I don't know if that's. Hey, what's up, Nick Pixel TV? Man, there's a lot of guys I don't think I've ever talked to some of you guys before, but I appreciate you joining me on the live stream. I didn't realize I was so popular. I just kind of do my thing and wing it. Like I said, there's no scripting for me. I don't edit shit out. I don't have time to edit it out. If people start wanting me to edit stuff, I'm gonna be Roger Cummins. What's up, man? Yeah. Support the tool truck. I like Justin Sertle's hashtag he's got now. It's buy the tool truck only, or buy on the truck. They're small business guys. That's the thing about tool trucks is at the end of the day, the corporation really doesn't dictate how much those guys make. I mean, they make their own money. If they're on a tool truck and they own the truck, they buy the tools for the truck, they pay for the gas, the insurance. Their wage comes from collecting money and selling tools. The whole process of what a tool truck is that they don't make money by selling the tool. They make money by collecting the money for the tools. So, let's say 5 guys miss a payment on a tool truck. Those guys aren't going to get any money for those guys. So that's $125. Now, let's just say that, they did $125 less every day for 5 days. That's a pretty good chunk of change. Some of you guys would be not happy about not getting $500 out of your check every week. So, yeah, ballistic power, and that's just it. Every tool company, every tool truck, the dealers are not all the same. I have been fortunate. Usually I don't try to deal with a guy if I see he's having problems. I know that they have credit holds. I kind of know, you notice when their truck starts to get a little bit empty, and I always keep an eye on that. Something's going on, ask them a few questions, see how payments are going. And, I got buddies all around town. And you're right, Ayers Torm, tool truck is a damn tough job. It's a 70-hour week job minimum, and going in and selling tool, and it's brutal on you too mentally. You gotta, guys come in, especially, think about it this way, guys will see you come in that we haven't had a Cornwall dealer in this area for over 10 years. So, and how the names go, the cornhole guys here. So our Cornwall guy was an ex-Snap-on guy. So he's got a little bit of an edge. He's local. Hopefully he does pretty good and stays around. And I know Cornwall. I don't know that much about Cornwall before. I know they've always had the square handles, and they used to have the blue ones and stuff like that. But Dan Zepsic, I'm glad I inspired you, buddy. Yeah, my Snap-on guy has 3 of everything. Yeah, that's how I was too. I mean, I'll tell you what, driveline sockets. I don't know that much about diesel stuff, heavy truck mechanic stuff, but I can tell you I went through driveline sockets like they were glasses of water. When I had a tool truck, people just blow them things up. 70 hours a week. I love Slowy. That's minimum 70 hours a week, guys. Come on now. That's minimum. And that was if you got away with, on early Friday. I would get off the truck set Friday nights about 6:30. Then I would get on the truck till about 3. But I started out every day on my route at 7 and be done 6 o'clock. Some nights we're done at 8. You know, I worked my ass off though. You know, the more you work, the more it pays you. That's the difference, you know. So yeah, Ducati parts. I was a tool truck dealer. I had a truck and I had a route. Like I said, I won't tell you who I was with because I don't want to get involved in that. You know, like I'm sticking up for a company because I worked for them. You know, I did it for 7 years. It was definitely one of the more fun things I do. You know, had Charles Dayton. I don't buy that much Matco, and right now it seems like I am, but I typically just bought some Matco stuff because I like the dealer. Um, I'm in Iowa. If it's not broke, you fix it. Um, you know, I typically don't buy that much Matco stuff. I'll be honest with you; they're rebranding and their prices are they're way out of line. Matco, you can pretty much is the Amazon tool truck, basically is what it is, and then you add about another 25% on it. You know, like I said, not that that bothers me about paying a little bit more, but Matco is stupid. You can buy toolbox, but you're right. Cornwell trucks are like unicorns. But to be honest with you, the Cornwell dealer can get everything the Matco guy does. Plus, Cornwell sells Milwaukee. And I'll be honest with you, my Cornwell guy told him he's getting all my Milwaukee business from here on out. Just because he took over all my Milwaukee stuff that I already currently have. He went through my toolbox, took all the serial numbers, and said, I'm going to warranty them for you now from here on out as long as you're buying. I'm like, Jesus, I guess I'll just keep buying more tools from you then. What am I supposed to do about that? Service is what matters to me, and that's what I did when I was a tool guy, and that's what made me the most money when I did all that. Giving good service trumps, you know, almost anything in my opinion. Guys won't even shop around for prices if they know you're going to take care of them. You know, I'll come to your house. I don't know how many guys I went to their house, delivered toolboxes, moved their toolboxes, you name it, I did it. I was not scared. I broke my back for my customers, you know, because that's the kind of thing that I want to see people have nowadays. You know, I don't, just like I do in the shop life right now. Yeah, Matco, most stuff Matco is made overseas. Came through here, just came through there, spent last weekend. Yeah, we get a lot out of state hunters. It's amazing how you can get used to long hours, 12-hour days when you're at home working 18 hours when you're right, Brad. That's you know, 12-hour days to me are pretty standard. I couldn't work at home. I'd never get shit done. I just can't. My ADHD wouldn't allow me to do that. So, yeah, it's Matco stuff is a lot of it's made overseas. A lot of it's rebranded from, I've noticed, from Vim. There's some, you know, Capri. You know, I've noticed some Capri stuff. All their ADV line is Sunex, which isn't terrible. I actually prefer the ADV stuff over the Sunex stuff just because there's some small differences. It's a little bit more. Actually, it's not a little bit more. It's about double the price of what Sunex is. But I just haven't had good luck getting Sunex shit warranted. I'll tell you guys. I love Sunex stuff, but for me, Amazon really dicked me over on warranty and tools. Yeah, there's a shop tour, one mechanic. If you look at one of my videos at the end, I do a shop tour. It's the one where I did a Snap-on tool haul like a month ago or 2 months ago. Check it out. It said, I think it says it in the description. There's a shop tour. I don't have a huge shop. I have 6 bays. And then I have 2 more additional bays. I didn't do that in the tour. But it's definitely, I'm fortunate I got what I got for a shop. So, retailed. Yep, that's what I'm talking about right there. Dan's Epic Garage is customer service. That's something that I really think that people need to change their habits on in this country now. And I don't want to talk like I'm campaigning for it, but you know, I just personally take that to heart for myself. next we will see. Well, you already do. That's what Matco is. Mark Schumacher. That's what Matco basically is, an Amazon tool truck. I mean, honestly. I mean, they got ADV line Sonics. Matco doesn't make anything but their toolboxes. That's all they ever have made. Matco was a spinoff of Mac Tools back in the day. They got into an argument. Matco made Mac's toolboxes. They got in an argument, and split ways, and then Matco became their own dealer. Apex Tool Group owns them. Yada yada yada. If you don't know the story, just Google that. You'll see the whole 9 yards on it. It's about like YouTube now. They had a lot of drama in the tool community. Yeah, Roger. I still put Snap-on and Mac up as the top two companies. Mac's been around since 1938. Cornwell. I don't know how they've managed to do it. Cornwell is the oldest tool company. For you guys that didn't know that, Cornwell has been around for a long time, and you know what? I really like. They're a family-owned business. I don't want to knock them because I really don't know them that much. But I mean, what the stories I've been told about Cornwell is that Cornwell was there was a guy. What's his name? Cornwell. The last name of the guy was Cornwell. He started selling tools and started forging and learned how to make tools, and then that's how Cornwell was born in like 1901. So you know they're over 100 years old. Was it 1919? Might be 1919 because they just turned 100 years old. Or 1918, 1917, whatever. They're 100 years old now. So they are the oldest tool company. And then Snap-on was like 1920, something like that. And then Mac was 1938. The tool industry was kind of, I guess it must have been getting big back then. Of course, you got to think these guys were all doing this during the Depression time too, which is really crazy that they survived that. Looking at what all was going on back then, the history and everything that was going on with them. That's what kind of blows me away is that you think about it. Cornwell made it through Depression. Snap-on made it through Depression. Mac came around after the Depression, but yeah, they all started making chisels there. Yeah. Where's the hot delivery girl? Joey, that's she's probably at home doing her thing. I use CarQuest, and they're a parts guy. That's what they do. I think actually I don't remember really. I didn't watch that a whole lot. Ag Tech. I think the Cornwell guy I think what his problem was is this is what happens with a lot of dealers when they get pissed off is that Cornwell was deciding to take this stuff like these screwdrivers, like they had wit as screwdrivers and they're no longer using wit. They went with these China shafts and handles. I'm not sure where these are all made. It says Taiwan on the box, but I think that's what they came out. They were really pushing that blue power line. Let's see here. I think I got this blue power line. Cornwell is pushing this, and there you see them made in Taiwan. And I think that's what might have got up in his bag there. He didn't want to deal with that. So I think they were changing quality over. He thought it was quality over. I think Cornwell is making a market there. To be honest with you, I think Cornwell's got a market doing what they're doing with selling these cheaper line of things. These are Taiwan sockets. Now there's no knurling on them, and they're probably rebranded from Vim or Capri. And they, of course, everybody's got the old. This one's the torque dispersing system. Features TDS. Everybody's got their version of the flank drive socket now. So I think that Cornwell is going towards pushing this blue power line, which, whatever. If it works for them, it works for them. It's a cheaper line of tools. But, I mean, this is competitive with Harbor Freight, and you have a tool truck. So Harbor Freight's missing the boat. So if Cornwell can bring in this stuff, I got all 4 of these 1/4-inch sets, impact and chrome, for $130. Yeah, it's just a smoking deal. They just for cheap tools. I told my mechanics, you don't got no money, save up a couple $100. You can go on the Cornwell truck and buy most of your shit blue powered. You'll be good to go. I don't want a ton of Cornwell stuff. They really don't have anything, super different from anybody else. Ballistic power glides. Cornwell guy in Des Moines is Nick. Why can't I think of his name here? Nick Goodall, Goody's Tools. Check him out. He's a good dude. He was a Snap-on guy before. So, yeah, you want to, if you're going to get some warranty stuff. And you're right, Forged Steel Wrench, they should be pushing more Milwaukee stuff, because that's good shit for them to do that right there. Cornwell dealers, being that they have so many other brands, they sell a certain amount of Cornwell to stay in business. Yeah, I'm not sure what their deal is, what they set their dealers up like, but I'm almost guessing that they kind of give them the reign to do whatever they want. I've gathered this much just from talking to my Cornwell guy. His territory is basically Polk County, which is central Iowa here, which is a huge area. I mean, that covers 3 Mac dealers, 7 Snap-on dealers, and 3 Matco dealers. So he's covering that whole entire area. So he's going to go and get his money wherever he can, is what it basically boils down to. He's going to go to the shops where the guy's paying money, and that's what the previous Cornwell guy did as well. He was a good dude too. You just go wherever the money's at, and you don't have to be confined to one area, which is kind of nice for being a Cornwell guy. I personally think that it's a good option for people who want to save a little bit of money. I don't support a whole lot of Taiwanese stuff. I don't know a whole lot about their actual Cornwell stuff. I told my dealer last week, I said I really don't want to buy too much of your blue power stuff, because I'm not interested in that. It's just one of those deals where I want to experience what Cornwell has to offer and what they build. Being that they're in the Rust Belt, and they're a family-owned company, and they got a forging facility. My dealer showed me their videos, actual videos, not just the ones on YouTube, but those guys working, stamping out stuff, and I think that shit's awesome. I think forging stuff, like knife builders. I know several knife builders. I really dig watching some of these guys on YouTube. That's kind of what I do mostly. I don't watch as many tool videos. Watch a lot of forging stuff, and I'm a hands-on type of guy. I just like that raw, salt of the earth type of stuff. I just really dig those type of people who are out there doing, things with their hands, using their mind. It is what it is. That's what I like gun builders. Same way. I know guys that take a blank. I got a buddy who takes a blank piece of, takes gun blanks, builds this entire gun from the ground up. This is a polymer grip, but they got steel grips too you can put on them. A couple people build those. I'm more of a pistol guy, not much of a rifle guy. But anyways, last I checked, you only needed 24 grand again. That's pretty good, Jack's Auto Repair. 24 grand. That's a damn cheap deal. And I'll tell you what, their toolboxes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm entertaining the thought of a Platinum Series toolbox. I really, 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 really like it. And when he gets one in, it just might happen, because they're dirt cheap and they are looking pretty good. They build them now. They bought the old Kennedy toolbox facility, and that definitely, it's an 84-inch box, 30 inches deep, comes with a power drawer. They've got the big long drawers like I want. I don't like the drawers that break up the toolbox. I want all long drawers. I just want to open it up like 40-inch drawers at one shot. My thoughts on Carlisle Tools is that Apex Tool Group did a great job getting into Napa, Jim C. Evercraft was a shit brand in Napa. Don't think it was really worth it. In fact, I've got Napa's pretty much dumping everything. Napa's pretty much dumping everything that was Evercraft. I bought some of these screwdrivers from Evercraft. These things are pretty much about worthless in my opinion. I'm not really a fan of them. Yeah, you're right, Roger Cummins. I appreciate stuff made in the USA. I look at it as that's somebody made that shit from hand and did an awesome job with it. Yeah, Van Wert, Ohio. If it's not, yeah, that's what I like about them. The old boxes were mixed up with Craftsman and they were shit. You know, they would rack and everything else. But these new platinum boxes, whew, damn, they're sexy. You can buy a platinum box. This is an 84-inch box, 30 inches deep for about $9,000. That is a huge toolbox. Now they'll say that's expensive, but that's double of what you get from Harbor Freight. That's double, and it's 4 inches deeper. So if you bought two of the whatever those things are, Icon shit boxes, whatever. I don't even get started on Icon, guys. Don't say anything. I don't even want to talk about it because to me it's worthless. But anyways, like I said, the Platinum Series boxes are really awesome. I don't know how I'm getting stuck on Cornrow, but I did. And then they've got their Pro Series toolboxes that are $49.95, and you can look their prices of their toolboxes up on their website. That's what I really think is cool. Cornrow's got an awesome website, guys. If you haven't checked it out, you want to know some prices on stuff, check things out on their website. I think it's really easy to navigate. They are by far the best site out there, in my opinion, for tool companies. They have the best website, hands down. So, yeah, Dan, $8,000 less than your Epic, and it's got pretty much the same drawer pulls, like the latching system. I just really, really dig it. And if Cornrow backs up their warranty like Mac does for me, I've always had Mac toolboxes, and I won't trade my Mac toolbox unless I get, guaranteed that I'm not going to have any issues if I have to warranty it. I've had to warranty two toolboxes. One was kind of a deal when I got it. It got dinged up, and then I just kind of held the credit on it, so it wasn't really Mac's fault. The second one I ordered was a special edition, which is on my YouTube channel. It's one of my Tech 1000 first reviews. It was a place out of Minnesota, did about 250 of them. They took the boxes, brush steeled them, clear coated them, so there's only 250 of them, and I jumped on it right away to buy that box because I was like, no one's going to have this thing. Yeah, I love the Maximizers too, Dan. Hey, Jake, the Ag Mechanic, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the Mac boxes to me have always been hands down my favorite. Just up until recently of looking at the Cornwall stuff, they've become a close second. I've marginally like the Matco ones. I think there's a lot of wasted space in them. So that always has kind of kept me away from them. Plus their warranty is sketchy. I got a $2,500 Jamestown cart, and they have a 3-year warranty on their top of the line cart. Mac on their Maximizer carts, their carts are lifetime warranted. So that right there sells it to me all day long. Small. Okay. Right on. Yeah, my buddies all got Maximizers. I mean, all my friends that have been doing mechanic stuff have Maximizers, and they love them. Absolutely love them. They say hands down, they've never had any problems with it. And if there's a drawer slide issue, they replace them right away. Granted, they are made with global parts, but the reason why they're made with global parts is because they use drawer slides. That's the only problem, and their key lock systems are from overseas. That's why they have to stamp, and their casters. I apologize, and their casters. But fuck, I mean, that's pretty minute. They build the whole entire box in house in Georgetown. Well, they're moving to Pennsylvania now, but Do I like? Yeah, I mean, and granted, Alpha Hotel, I do think the Epic Series boxes are really nice, and I've been to the Algona tool plant, and don't let me act like I'm knocking on Snap-on toolboxes like I hate them. They're just fucking expensive as shit. Um, and just I have a hard time biting that pill, knowing that I have X amount of dollars and whatnot. So the the Algona plant where in here in Iowa is where they build the toolboxes, and the people they love their job. They do an excellent job building toolboxes. Very passionate about it, and I really appreciate the fact that they do that. So, do I prefer Mac tools ratchets or Macos? There's no question. I like Mac ratchets better. Their new 90 tooth axis ratchets are hands down my favorite. I don't mind the Matco ratchets. They used to be my favorite, but they're very very similar to gear wrench ratchets. Not saying that's a bad thing. And their handle, I like their handle, but to me Matco has always like just gave me that feeling like there's just a little bit too generic. And I don't want to knock on Matco stuff. I'm not bagging on Matco shit. Guys that like Matco, that's perfectly fine. You're splitting hairs when you're talking about these ratchets now, because they're all very similar. You can buy a Capri ratchet and it's just about as good as all that stuff. So let's see here. Let's see. What do you like Matco ratchets and sockets? I do like the Matco sockets. I do like the fact that they have that etching on it. They were the first ones to come to market with that years ago, so they kind of set the stage for that market. Visual to visually see that stuff. My eyes aren't as good as they used to, and I fucking I like to see big. I like big numbers on stuff. I'm gonna have a remote that's got the big digits on it. Like your grandparents have. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to have to struggle to read something anymore. I think it's just you get older, you get wiser. So, yeah, Mac boxes. Every Mac truck I've been doing with, they don't have good financing. I've heard that. It's best to go to your bank, guys. Don't ever count your bank out when you're doing financing. I actually had a bank that backed me up when I was doing a tool truck, and they financed. I overstepped my company, and I got actual bank financing for my customers. Credit unions are really good about doing that. You'd be surprised at what you can come up with, better interest rates. And these guys know you too. They know your bank account. They see your stuff. So don't ever count that out if you're buying something on the tool truck. Let's see here. What do we got here? Dan's paid $5,000 for my. That's a smoking deal, Dan. And if you paid $5,000 for your Epic, that's badass. And you probably are doing like I do. I don't usually. I'm hard pressed to buy anything new. I don't buy a new truck. In fact, I drive pretty much anything that breaks down that my customers don't want to keep, and then I fix it myself and I drive it. I don't need anything fancy. I'd rather have brand new tools in my toolbox, my house paid off. I'd rather have all that shit and drive something old. I don't need a Ferrari. Never have, never will. I'll take a pontoon over a speedboat any day, and I'll take a flat bottom and catfishing over being out in the ocean. So just kind of a good old boy. That's how it is. I love the river. I'm a river rat in the summertime. The Capri. Oh, whoops. What the hell did I do here? Okay. Capri 1/4-inch drive extensions are like Wobble Plus Snap-on. That's cool. I did not know that. Thanks, Jax. Hopefully I didn't. There we go. I fucked up something there and hit your deal. Yeah, the Capri 1/4-inch. He says Capri 1/4-inch chrome extensions are like Wobble Plus Snap. They work on Capri set with Torx Plus, fit better than regular Torx set, and comes with both. Hey, that's good info right there, Jack's Auto Repair. That's definitely Capri's got good shit. I'll tell you what, I got those Sten wrenches, and I don't know what the hell I was doing all my life and not getting Capri stuff. Of course, when I started doing this stuff, guys, 20 years ago, Capri, Tecton, VIM, they were all in the shadow. I mean, who's the other ones that were always, there's a lot of tool vendors out there that don't want to be on the front line and retail selling. They just want to sell bulk, and that's it. And that's probably smart. They don't have to deal with the bullshit. Damn it. My Snap-on guy, they are, but my dealer got me great deals on mine. That's awesome. Snap-on guy could not do the math that day. Oh, you nailed him, Dan. Good job on you. Poor bastard's gotta eat soup and bread and butter his bread now. From that's all he's getting for food now. See here. Messed up from flash burn from welding. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. New to this page. Hey, what's up, Jay James? Welcome to the page. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you guys are joining me on here. Tell me if I'm doing a shitty job. Let me know. I'll try to change. I won't be able to change a whole lot. I am what I am. But I do appreciate you guys jumping on here. Yeah, in the toolbox footage, the Rebel boxes are interesting. You know, I've watched Flat Rate Masters reviews on them. I still just feel like they're just a little bit, those narrow drawers on the end. They do have a box that I do like though. They do have it's a 6S series, and like it says, I has all them long drawers. That would be the one I would go with. But what bothers me about the Matco boxes, if you look at them little drawers on the end, they're just narrow as shit, and they seem like they'd be a waste of my toolbox. That's my only problem with the Matco ones. That and the warranty, like I said, their warranty is sketchy. As far as everything that I ask them about, they're just like, we warranty this, we don't warranty that. I'm like, not good enough. You need to step up if I'm going to spend that kind of money. It's like a car, go out and spend $50,000 on a car, and they tell you, well, we're not going to warranty this if if the engine blows up, we're just going to not warranty it. There's just, if I get the feeling like I'm not getting to hear what I want to hear, then I'm out. Let's see here. Beer there. The new Snap-on half-inch brushless. Looking at how they're building them, I think that's pretty cool. How they're putting they're putting bigger anvils in them. Snap-on doesn't make terrible cordless tools. They're just fucking stupidly overpriced. That's my problem with Snap-on cordless tools. And they don't have a warranty like Milwaukee. $1,000 for an impact that everybody else is selling for $400. The Milwaukee half-inch. Here's the thing is, as an auto mechanic, I don't know how many of you guys, but as an auto mechanic, I don't need 1,000 foot-pound impact. I got an air impact that does that, and I'm not really doing anything that makes me need that. 600 foot-pounds is about the most. These impacts that are coming out 1,500, all that shit's pretty much a waste for me as an auto mechanic. I just don't have any need for that kind of business. It's just they're way too much. But the Snap-on half-inch brushless is a well-built impact, and I think it's there. The quality is there, the tool is there. It's just a little bit overpriced. So I mean, if you're going to finance it and put it on the truck, then it's probably going to be a good impact for you. I don't think you'll have any problems with it. It's just the money wise for me. That's the only thing that I really see. Otherwise, it looks like a great impact. Paint the stamping with high vis on the sockets. Yeah, you're right. I've tried that. It seems like I wear them off though, because I'm just running the shit out of stuff all the time. Trying to keep a 10 millimeter with something on it. And these fingers right here, toolbox footage, these things are not. These are like Vienna sausages. When I got to do wiring and shit like that, that's. I hate doing anything where I got to do little stuff. So. Toolbox Rebels look awesome. Yeah, the Rebels do look awesome. They aren't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna deny that. Toolboxes are awesome, way better than what they used to be. I started in an era where your toolbox was like 2 banks. That was a big box. Then they came out with 3 banks or whatnot. 25 years. 25 years ago, only side tool company we had was SK, and SK was my tool company that I always went with too. SK was what I grew up with on the farm. My grandpa used it. My dad used it. Um, Gary Klobo asked if I own any German-made tools. Gary, that is a damn good question. I do own German-made tools. They're called Matco screwdrivers, made by Witt. And then I got Nipexes. They're German-made. But as far as some of these German-mades I've seen on Autobahn Dan channel, very interesting. They have some good stuff. Not sure, he had some little impact swivel sockets that I was like, ooh. And there's a guy on like Instagram. His name's the German Tool Truck. That guy has some sweet shit. If you haven't seen his deal, check him out. Kyle Karpovich asks, how old are you? I just turned 41. I look great, don't I, for 24? No, I just turned 41. Everybody always says I have a baby face. This is the most fur I can grow on my whole face. That's all I can grow. I just look young. Norwegian too. That's the shitter part about it. Stick with Mac. Yeah, I have been with Mac for 20 years, and I won't get away from them. I love them. Jay James, found you from JST Trucking. Justin says you're a good guy than you are. I watched a 4-hour live video of you all, and it was awesome. Badass guns, by the way. Hey, thanks, Jay James. I don't have anything super great. I always feel like my shit's like either like this gun's beat to hell. I bought this gun new, and this thing's ragged out. This is like my tools. Everything I got's used. That's wore down from me racking the slide. I do an overhand press on the slide when I shoot, and I broke the safeties in this and just replaced these. That's how much I use my shit. These guns, the magwell's beat up. This thing ain't no. These things get used. There's no safe queens at my house. Every one of them gets used. They got scratches. We just got holster wear. That's how it is. So, hey, if it's not fixed, broken, see you later, bud. Thanks a lot. We need. Hello, check. I do like my Snap-on 14.4 tools. Expensive, not crazy expensive, like they're 18 volt. If you don't have enough, yeah, Jack's Auto Repair. You're right. Their 14.4 stuff is a little bit more reasonably priced, and that's where I think Snap-on's falling off the boat. Is they need to get their shit together and be more competitively priced. Now I understand they could be a little bit more expensive, but fuck, man, they want like $400 for a ratchet kit. You're selling a Milwaukee for $200. Okay, why can't you guys be at $300? Meet you in the middle here. And you can't even haggle with those bastards about it because they're just like, we're not going to make any money on it. So, yeah, Snap-on caught on. Snap-on got caught copying Milwaukee. Now us as customers have paid for it. Yeah. Well, and that's just it. Snap-on is smart about it when they came out that their 12 and 14 4-volt line is they knew that if they got their customers buried in that 14 4-volt line, they weren't never going to get out of it because you're not going to get rid of all your 14.4 tools, and you don't want to have a shitload of different batteries. Yes, Dan, it's an STI. Yeah, I have a couple STIs, couple Springfield Customs. That's kind of what I've always done. You like the beers open? You're like the Homer Simpson shooting beers open on the. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, my basement. I have a hole. So you do dry firing all the time. So for those of you that think that dry firing is bad for your guns, that's absolutely false. 22s are the only ones you don't want to do dry firing on. But so I basically sit here in my basement and have a whole. I have paper targets all lined up across my basement. And I just sit here and just aim. That's how you do. That's how you get good when you don't go out and shoot on the range. Why is Snap-on so damn high, Mark Schumacher? Snap-on's so high because they pay a lot of people a lot of money, I'm guessing. That's probably the biggest thing. Hey, thanks, One Mechanic. Appreciate you stopping by. Snap-on's so high because they literally they have, I think they have a lot of money in corporate. Not only that, Snap-on does a lot of research and tech, and they also make a lot of stuff in the U.S. You got to think about it nowadays. It is a pain in the ass, employees, insurance, to be competitively paid and keep people working in factories and stuff in the U.S. It's getting harder. You guys that have jobs with other people out there, it definitely. I mean, I can't find mechanics. I literally can't find them. And if I do find them, I just hired and fired a guy last week. I had him do a brake job on a car. He didn't even lube the brake pins. He slapped the pads in there. I go to take it out to drive, and this is at 7 o'clock at night on a Thursday. And I'm going to call the customer. And now I have learned my lesson. I can't call the customer because I sometimes can't trust my guys to get stuff done. So I literally pull the car out, go to drive it, bring it back, and the brakes are smoking. And I go, what the fuck is going on here? And then the next day I have to pull it apart, find out that he didn't lube the pins. The pins are seized in the brakes. I thought, this is a basic deal. This guy claims he's got 10 years experience. I told him next day, I said, do not have to worry about coming back. You failed your interview. That's all there is to it. And he's like, what do you mean? And I go, 3 of the 4 calipers didn't have, the pins weren't even moving on them. And I go, if that's how you do brakes, I don't want you in my shop. And I go, that's pretty basic stuff, and I can't have somebody that can't even do brakes. If you would have come in and said you were going to be a lube tech guy, I would have probably said, oh, okay, well, we'll teach you how to do brake jobs right. But when you came in to do that, I don't skimp out working on somebody's car. I'll tell you that right now. Nothing pisses me off more than when a guy does something half-assed. We don't in our shop, we don't sell a job and just let it go out the door with, one thing like, no big deal. We'll take care of it. No, whatever the customer pays for, they get. And I don't have that deal. So you're right, Dan's. They do have a pension plan too, Stu. What up, Mark? Thanks for showing up on the channel. And yeah, those SK clip tools are awesome. Jay James want an AR-15 223. Yeah, you can buy them cheap now. AR-15 223 builds are dime a dozen. I built 4 or 5 of them for like $300-400 now. Getting a good barrel. It depends on what you want to do. I buy mostly LMT stuff. That's where I'm at. Don't really have to build a lot of those. LMT makes awesome shit. They're just moving to Iowa too, which is even better. So shoot, M&P is hot rodded by ATEI. I don't know who ATEI is. M&Ps are great guns though too. $300 for 4 amp hour battery. There's a lot. You're right, junk from work. It's fucking stupid. Those $300 for a 4 amp battery is absolutely insane. When you can go out and buy good stuff, that's the problem with it is especially with having the Cornwall guy around right now. I just bought a soldering gun from him, the Milwaukee soldering gun. It'll be coming in here. I said, I'll take that bad boy. I want a long neck ratchet. Let's get this shit coming. Milwaukee all the way. I was going to buy some Snap-on cordless stuff. A couple of my guys have it in the shop, and but I've been so happy with my Milwaukee shit. I had some Snap-on old 12-volt stuff, and it was shit, that plastic black stuff. If any of you guys are old enough to remember that stuff. I had a drill that shorted out all the time. I called it Satan's drill because it was like a woodpecker. Used my air drill all the time. Don't even know why I bought it. Hey, Bearded CB82. Hello, man. Another fellow Iowan here. I just found out recently. He's from right close by. Yeah. Oh, ye old 12-volt Snap-on. Yeah, that stuff was just trash. Freaking just garbage. Man, oh man, I remember it. Yeah. I still like my air drill, my 900 RPM air drill, because when it comes to drilling out broken stud bolts, that thing's just nice and it's perfect. So, yeah, we were super close. It's hard to believe that it was, that Bearded CB was this close. And actually, I didn't even find that out until a mutual friend of ours on YouTube told me. Tarek, super great guy. Can't wait till he starts coming out with content. Tarek Asaric, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bearded CB. He's a super awesome deal. Yeah, we are practically neighbors. I'm pretty sure that I actually live in Johnston, Bearded CB. So that's really close. Yeah, good, cheap, and fast don't work in my book. You're damn right. I'm down the same road. I've thrown more shit away that's been cheap and allegedly fast. I just don't have any time for wasting money on shit that I have to run back to the store and warranty right away. Yeah, Tarek is an awesome subscriber. I was hoping to see him. Hey, Junior Little, good to see you. We're getting really good live streams. We need to get Bearded CB on here one of these nights for a live stream or something. Or maybe I just need to go hang out with him. We can live stream live. Is that a thing? Live stream live? I don't know. You can't be all that bad if you're in Iowa. I don't know that many bad people in Iowa. I mean, there's a few, but we're all pretty relatively calm over here. We're not, we live in the middle of the corn. I don't know, it's only scary if you think that movie's scary, I guess. But, most of the people here in Iowa are really friendly. That's what I love living about here. I hate the weather. I'd really like to move down south, but freaking hate the weather here in Iowa. I hate the snow and people up in, I hate the snow. I really do. It's just, it wears me out. I'm just not like it used to. 41 years old now. I'm getting to be old and grouchy. Wake up in the morning, I'm cold, don't want to get out of bed. I'm like, screw this, But yeah, most people in Iowa here have always been great people. We've got a good economy here. Oh, ice fishing. I'm not even an ice fishing. Yeah, New York. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of places up north. You got to be a tougher breed to be up here in the, where it's snowing all the time. That's for damn sure. But the sad part about it is I don't think there's as much money down in the south as there is up here. So if you can hang out for 4 months and put up with it, and maybe if you're like Bearded CB and you like ice fishing, I don't want to even leave the house. That's why I haven't been out of the house all weekend really here. No, it's I took a weekend where I wasn't going to do much. I was at the shop late on Friday, and I said I'm not going in the rest of the weekend. I just need time off. But we had an oil furnace break this week, and that was a pain in the ass. Nick Pixel, I might have to... Oh yeah, yep, I'm still live. I only an hour and 13 in. Yeah, it's we had a hell of a week. We got a lot of broken stuff out. I'm having some diesel. I had hired a diesel mechanic, and guy came in with an amazing resume, and then he shit the bed and left me with two diesel trucks that I don't know diddly squat about. I mean, I've pretty much been fixing them, but diesels were never my forte. Don't like working on them. Never have. Just I'm a electronics diagnostics guy, and three other guys are in the shop. None of us are diesel inclined. I understand how a diesel system works and understand the basics of it, but when you can put all these freaking delete systems and programming and stuff on them, it absolutely. I got Bearded. I got a Cummins and a Ford. I'm pretty sure I got a turbo or a programming issue because it's got an aftermarket program. But these deletes on these diesels are killing me. That's the biggest problem I'm having. I can't read information off these diesels when they're deleted. Not only that, the EPA is basically breathing down everybody's neck that has a shop about diesel deletes. There was a company here. There's a article there's a guy on YouTube that he talked about how SEMA hasn't even got the act passed for the off-road act for diesels, and you basically if you have a deleted diesel right now, you're going to be shit out of luck here one of these days. But yeah, these I've got 2 diesel deletes, and Minnesota, yeah, Jake, you're up there where it's really cold. So I don't go any farther north. My brother lives in Minnesota, and I won't even go visit him in the winter. Tell him to go fly a kite. He lives up in Faribault. So, yeah, I thought about talking to Russ Bell about that tomato, but Tom Mater, God, I always want to call you Tomater. Love that guy, you know. Uh, yeah, I always wanted. I'm always thinking about it, but hell, I'm so damn busy most of the time. I don't have time to say, dude, come here from Sikkim. Yeah, little diesels. Yeah, little. You're right, Bearded CB. It's little diesels. Yeah, it's they're an absolute mess. These guys that have these deleted diesels, they're a disaster. I mean, they really are. You can't see any of this. You know, they trick the programming, and I can't go in there and tell it. You know, like I got a wastegate issue on a turbo. This turbo's running wide open. All I did was plug in the all I did was plug in the programmer because I thought the truck wasn't running real good. I just put an engine in it. Then the mechanic that I had hired that was doing all the work, this dumbass, he wasn't even smart enough to put the seals in the cam on the rear of it. So I had to pull the tranny out, put the seals in, you know, because it was just puking oil like a sieve. Basically, I went through and redid everything on the motor. And I was just absolutely furious. Then he had the balls to come ask me for his last paycheck, and I said, "Yeah, sorry, guy. You know, I paid you for doing the Ford, and you didn't finish it. I sure as hell ain't. I learned my lesson once. You know, shame on me the one time, shame on you the next. So, see you later, Junior Little. You have a good week too. Great night. Yeah, I was out on it. It absolutely torqued me off to no end. So." Yeah, it's just it's one of those things. It's part of the mechanic life. You know, that mechanic life. It's just really difficult to sometimes the shit you have to deal with. You know, like I've got communications issues. All I get at my shop is shit problems. Um, Another shop can't do it. I mean, I do work for 4 other shops. Um, yeah, that's what I'm pretty much at. I'm at the point of thinking that the wastegates. Well, we put a new controller on the wastegate, bearded CB, but the controller it wouldn't. It's not calibrating it. So you know that's my problem. So um, that's the only issue I'm having with calling the turbo junk. It's stuck wide open, but the controller didn't ever calibrate it, so it is what it is. You know, I'll figure it out. Truck ran great after I put the seal in it and took it out, drove it for 6 hours. The minute I filled up with fuel, and I thought, well, I wonder if I can plug the programmer back in now. The aftermarket one that was on there. The minute I did that, she shit a kitten, had to tow it back home. So I don't know. Tried to disconnect the batteries and do all that shit. But, well, I might have to pull the actuator back off and do that. But anyways, enough about my crying. I'll stop putting the tears in my spilt. Nothing. I don't have anything to drink. I'll get it fixed. I don't care. I'm not scared. I'll handle it all. It's like I say. If I don't get her done tomorrow, I'll get her done the next day. If I don't get her done that day, well, I'll get her done next week. Yeah. So I'll figure it out one way or another. I don't give up. I'm like a junkyard dog. You ever seen those guys when somebody tries to kick the shit out of them? You know, they just don't give up. That's how I am. Beat me down as hard as you want. I've been doing this for years now. I get it. I'll figure it out. I'm more of a, you know, when it comes to stuff, I'm more of doing automobile stuff. I stuck on that lines. I didn't know I was going to get laid this egg on diesels. So, yeah. Dexter Runyard, probably is time for a turbo. I ordered one, reman, $900 later. Customer's not happy, but he shelled the motor the first place, running it off the interstate with a big old gooseneck and putting the Jake brake on with his programmer turned up. I was like, you dummy. I mean, it shot a push rod right through the valve cover. It was really cool when it came in. He drove it in. So, yeah. My ear's popping, sorry. Got a little bit. I don't take jobs on. I don't nothing about it. I tell you straight up. Trust me, if it wouldn't have been for the guy that I had hired, I wouldn't have took it on. He told me he was a Cummins guru. Told me he knew everything about Cummins underneath the sun. Of course, he said that about Fords. He said that about Chevys. And every damn one of them I ended up half fixing. So I know more about diesels now than I ever did. So I guess in one aspect, it's kind of a good thing because I learned. Yeah, exactly, Bearded CB. Jake brake on a 1-ton on a 5.9. Yeah, he came off the interstate. He's just a rich guy. You know how these guys are around here, bearded that live out here, in the West End, Bro Ellis, I haven't really messed with any Tecton wrenches, but I tell you what, Tecton shit looks pretty awesome to me. I think Tecton's definitely quality stuff. Tecton is, I would go Tecton every day, all day long over Harbor Freight. I don't even think they hold a candle. I think Tecton and Capri. I wouldn't buy anything from Harbor Freight. I'm not buying anything from Harbor Freight anymore. I just decided I'm done with that business. I don't, after how I got bamboozled on my warranty stuff and all that jazz, I said, screw this, I'm not going to do this again. I bought a bunch of jump packs from them and thought they were going to be great because the guys were going to blow them up and lose them. And I took the first one into warranty and found out I had to buy another warranty again. Excuse me, it's not a warranty. It's a product replacement plan. But you buy a 2-year one and then you buy another 2-year one, even if it's 4 months down the road. So, that kind of irks me a little bit, especially as a guy that I could have went out and bought a better one. I learned my lesson, that's it. You live and you learn. So just Harbor Freight, they've got like limited stuff, consumables and stuff like that. That's all right for me. Toolbox footage. I know everything about diesels between watching YouTube videos and sleeping at a Best. Oh God! Somebody ought to put that on a T-shirt. We'd sell 1 million of those. I need to get those printed up and put on my channel. I do like the YouTube certified patches, but I tell guys, hey, what's up, the maintenance man? Thanks for joining, buddy. Thanks for letting me on last night. Appreciate you coming in. It was a damn good chat we had with him last night. Except for he won't show me that Milwaukee cart because he thinks that mechanics hate him. You got to do that Milwaukee cart tool review. Nobody, anybody that's a mechanic that's messing around with the maintenance man, you better leave that fellow alone. I'll come over there and give you a noogie. So anyways, it's, I'm just not, I think there's a shitload of good tools out there, guys. It just don't even matter. There's no point even arguing about tools just because of the fact there's so many good shit out there. I like buying off the tool truck just because of the service. That's the only reason why I do it. Bottom line. But, I've got burned by buying shit off Amazon. Amazon won't even warranty out some Milwaukee shit. It says it right on there when you buy it. Warranty's not valid, or something else it was too that I think that if you buy something else off Amazon, they weren't warranting it because you buy it there. It pisses me off, mountain wrenches. That's what it was. I was pissed. My mountain wrenches, I call them up, bought a set of mountain wrenches because didn't know where I was going to get any. Didn't know I could get them off the Matco truck. Didn't know the Cornwall guy had them. I go to look at my warranty thing on Amazon for my mountain wrenches, and it says right on there, we do not warranty these wrenches. You have to find a dealer. Okay, where the hell do you find a mountain wrench dealer? So that's one of those deals too. That's where you get hung up in that shit when you're doing tools and warranty. That right there, that ended my whole venture buying very selective shit from Amazon now because of that. I don't have time to box shit up and send it back. So that's my biggest problem. What's up, Beard? And Bearded CB? Beard's, I'll show it someday, man. I'm just messing. I know you will, Neil. I'm just giving you a hard time. I just don't want anybody to give you, like mess with you anymore. You're a good dude. Nipex, good deals on Amazon Prime. I'm sure they do. I'm gun shy with getting on Amazon Prime and buying anything, It's just like, if I buy something from them and they're not going to warranty it, it just really... Capri gives you a good warranty on Amazon Prime. That's good to know, Bearded CB. I'll keep buying that stuff there. Jersey Discount Tools warranty and even off Amazon. Okay. Good to know, Tom Mater. I've heard that the mountain wrenches are overrated. It's a good subject. I've heard different stuff. Menards is good. Menards has got some good stuff there, guys. And Bearded CB is just doing some warranty, doing videos on it. I bought a couple Master Force things the other day, or not, a couple months ago, and I was actually surprised. I was like, damn, why haven't I been into Menards? Even their toolboxes. You talk about a toolbox that's a better value. They've got a big ass three big long drawer toolbox for Master Force toolbox for like $1,500. See you later, Dan. It was good for you to stop by. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, mountain wrenches, I love them, but I'm scared that these things are going to break. I haven't had to warranty them, but I use the shit out of them. These things are like, these are my favorite. The mountain wrenches, I use the crap out of them, but I'm just scared I'm going to break them, and not be able to get them warranted now. So, I just told Tool Truck guys, if I break it, I'll buy your wrench, replace it, and you take mine. I don't give a fuck if you warranty it or not. I want to have a wrench that you're going to warranty. So, yeah, I have a Carlisle one, Matt Meyer. And Platinum, yes, Platinum does too. But the problem is with Carlisle is they're like Snap-on prices for the mountain wrenches. That was what I found out. Bearded CB's got a 54-inch Master Force box, 8 years now. Yeah, dude. Like I said, those Master Force boxes ain't no joke for the money. That's a good damn box. Definitely more competitive than anything else. Some people don't consider Amazon as an authorized dealer. Yeah, that's what I heard, toolbox footage. That's exactly why I was a little bit skeptical about buying anything else on Amazon. But yeah, Carlisle, I don't mind Carlisle stuff, but they're freaking stupid on the prices. Tecton long flex ratchet wrench set for $140. That's a smoking deal. Tecton's, like I said, good stuff. I need to get some Tecton stuff and really get into it. Really hard for me to get. What's your go-to cheap line of tools once in a while use? Jake the ag mechanic. I don't know that I really have any cheap tools. I mean, cheap line left. I over the years I started with buying a bench top and a Craftsman set, and I still have all that shit. I don't lose anything, and when I do, I get super pissed, and I'll turn the whole town upside down until I find it. So I've still got a bunch of that stuff. I don't really have, like one per se go-to brand. And then SK, so I've moved some of my old SK stuff to my house. Then I have like a Cobalt set in my truck. And then I carry around, and once again, like I said, Craftsman, I even have, my Craftsman and S&K are like my go-to for cheap stuff. And then, I have my Mac. All my sockets are almost all Mac and Snap-on. And you don't break sockets, so that's just kind of what it is. Be my cost saver on ratchets. But yeah, Capri is awesome, Bearded CB. You're so right. That is definitely the way to go. Capri kicks ass. I definitely dig their stuff. Them thin wrenches I got and them triple squares that I got. And even like Justin Sturgill said, their Torx and their hex bits are just like like I said, they're made out of kryptonite or some kind of molten material because they're like hard as hell. They're just a great line of tools for cheap stuff. I personally, if I was going to buy anything for a cheap line, it would be Capri, to be honest with you. Like, I would buy everything Capri if I was going for a cheap line of stuff. I would, if I was a new mechanic right now, I'd be like, go buy Capri. That's hands down. Say, you give me an X dollar amount of what you can afford, Capri, go, and we'll go buy it. Figure it up. Problem is with S&K is they've moved out of town here. When I was buying my S&K stuff, we actually had a dealer. And he was a great, he was called Tools Plus, and his name, John Gomez was his name, and he sold tools to all the schools and stuff like that. And now I don't have anybody. I got to go to Granger to warranty out my S&K stuff, so it kind of pisses me off. We need to get an S&K like vendor in Des Moines. That would be great. Yeah, Bro Ellis, I'll be honest with you. I have not heard great things about what Lowe's is doing for Craftsman. I personally would go to your small town hardware stores like your Ace, because they're still carrying that USA stuff there. There's some kind of deal, and I'm not very hip or up to date on that, but I would definitely check that out first. Go to like your Ace Hardwares and all that stuff. Whatever you got like that has those places before I go to Lowe's to try to trade them in, because you might not be too happy with what you get in return. Nico stuff. Garage sale for Craftsman USA stuff. I find a bunch cheap. That's a good. Let's see here. Cheap line of tools. What am I willing to take to the junkyard? I'll take Snap-on to the junkyard. I guarantee I won't lose it, because I'm like a bird dog when it comes to tools. I'm a super anal guy. I mean, I got everything's in it has its place, and I take one out and put one back. I'm methodical like that. So yeah, Granger is a little ways down the road. That's what pisses me off. And then they don't have it there. You go there, you drive over there, warranty it, then you got to come back and pick it up. Yeah, I love my SK sockets have been great. I only broke a couple. See you later, Charles Dayton. Thanks for stopping by. Gotta stand up here for a second. Tired of sitting down. Jesus, got 51 people still viewing, an hour and a half into this. What else you guys want to know about CP the Tool Addict? We can talk about tools all night long. We can talk about anything. Like I said, guns, tools. Not really big into hot rods anymore. I got out of that. You lose your interest a lot of times when you're working. Jake the Ag Mechanic. No, I did not get my new box yet. They're still moving the plant in Pennsylvania, and they've had some quality issues, so they did not get going on that. Corey Settles, I do have an Instagram. It is Cardboard Killer. That's what my Instagram name is if you want to follow me on Instagram. I've got a lot of followers already. I don't really like to put out my social media about there, but Instagram is not so bad. I got some fans that hate me. A couple guys on here that like to bird dog me on some stuff, but yes, I do own 357 revolvers. I have a GP 100 match champion. Actually, I only own 138 357. Then I have a 45. I have a JM 925 or a JM 625 45 caliber revolver, and then I have a JM 929 9mm revolver. Love my wheel guns, guys. Love them. Don't get to shoot them that much, but I still like to. Yeah. I got a wheel gunner right here. The old these are 45. That's a 45 Freedom Seed there. The old 6-shot. Got the moon clips. This JM 625. That gun is one of my favorite. She's a bad dad. Mine's not just a GP 100. It's a GP 100 match champion. A little bit different gun than a GP 100. It's got the trigger job done on Guys, every one of my guns or triggers are. I do my own gunsmithing. So see you later, toolbox footage. Appreciate you stopping back. Every one of my stuff is super light triggers. This is an Apex trigger in it. This thing breaks right at 2 pounds. And that's just a Glock. My STI. It's yeah, there's just no creep in that. That breaks at just about 1.5 pounds. So my triggers are not your average everyday trigger. Pretty badass. That's a good question, Mark Schumacher, about big truck repairs. I think that market's flooded right now. I definitely think there's a lot of people out there. You can find techs all over to work on big trucks. A lot of guys like working on them better than little ones. Bearded CB is a good guy to talk to about that. He'll tell you. He probably would not like working on little trucks and probably much more enjoys working on big trucks. It's been the consensus I get from everybody. I tried to offer guys to work on little trucks that work on big trucks more money than what they're getting paid, and they just don't want to do it. So, yeah, the market's good because obviously there's a shortage of drivers in the country. You're not gonna the truck driving jobs are just skyrocketing. They're just excelling more and more. Two of the best industries to be in my business are be either an auto mechanic or a truck driver. Hands down, I think you're going to be on a skilled trade that's way above everybody else. What's up, Josh Albertson? Do I own any Colts? I do not. Pythons to me are overrated. Great guns, but yeah, hate all little cars in particular. There you go. That's what Bearded CB says is exactly right. That's what I get the answer out of 9 out of 10 is hate little cars in particular. That's every truck mechanic doesn't want to work on them. I don't know what I don't know why, but I personally don't like working on big trucks. I guess I've never really extensively done it, so I can't say that I hate it, but I think about lifting up those tires all day long, and it just it makes my back and my neck hurt. I already have enough, ailments every day, so I really don't think that working on a damn big truck's gonna help me out. But that's Bearded CBs. That's like the most common answer that I hear about. Yeah, bro, Ellis. Yep, I have a partner. Me and my partner own a shop. Yep. We just started up this last year. We're almost a year into business. Get used to easy access on some of them huge parts. That's another common answer I get. Most guys don't want to have to deal with this, working in tight areas and stuff like that. For me, it's just a challenge, I guess that's why I like gunsmithing too. Big fingers, little gun parts, I'm just an idiot. That's all there is to it. So, diagnostic stuff, everybody's like, why do you want to do that? Well, because nobody else does it. Programming, like I said, we're doing business almost, if you going up and down the one road where we're at, we do work for like 5 of the shops on that road. They send all their cars to us. We get them from all over town because nobody else wants to work when it comes to computer shit. They're just like, we'll just send it over here. Let those guys take care of it, So I do the hard shit. I do the shit nobody wants to do in cars. The stuff that everybody complains about, that's what I do. They're like, oh, computers and this and that. I've got more money in diagnostics. Not quite as much. I almost got as much money in diagnostics as I do in guns. And if you look at my rigs right here, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rigs hanging on the wall. Every one of those rigs is almost $300 a rig. So that'll give you an insight to how many guns I have. It just sucks. So yeah. Let's see here. I guess it's going all right for my first live stream. Hour and 40 minutes into it. I appreciate you guys coming on, checking me out. Nobody's got on and called me a dummy, so I guess I'm doing all right. Any thoughts on gear wrench? they've been around forever and they're making good stuff. They do have a little bit of problems right now, but shit's gonna happen. Doesn't mean it's. I think that's kind of how it goes. Gear Wrench has got the time in behind them that they've they've been around, they've done their stuff. Those 92 tooth ratchets they're coming out with seems like they're on it. So I think Gear Wrench would be my go-to too if I was going to do anything or if I was going to buy something that was off-brand. I do own Gear Wrench stuff. I do have. I mean, I got Gear Wrench right here. These are some of my original. Look at that. These things are original. I had to bring them down here to the basement because working on my Dillon. These little fellers are 20 years old. Original Gear Wrenches. They don't look too bad. They've held up. I don't use them that much, but Gear Wrenches. These are the original ones that came out. I mean, these are the original ones that came out. Bought these 20 years ago. So, I mean, a lot of you guys know this is how they sold them. You had you had your wrench up here and you did the little check them out. Hell, maybe I didn't buy these. Might have stolen them. Still got the scan bar. I don't know. I didn't steal them. Yeah, these things are, service drive. These things are old as hell. So, I'm gonna change. I need to change my hat. Yeah, that's what I need to do. This is my favorite hat. I usually wear this when I'm down here working. This is my favorite one. Got to plug my boys at S&S Casting. They make some good shit. The bullets. Great guys over there. Nobody else has good freedom seeds like they do. I make the lipstick rounds. 30,000 those little guys I plug out a year. Yeah, Gear Wrench is awesome stuff. You can't beat it. Let's see here. Put these little fellers back. I don't even know how I got it out of here. One of these days I'm going to do a gun safe tour. I probably should watch saying that on here because they'll probably come in and pop my channel for showing any of this stuff too. I don't know. My other channel that I have basically just got shut down. I got a Dillon 650 bearded CB. I've had it for, 6-7 years now. I've probably pumped out about, 500, 600,000 rounds with it. I mostly shoot 9 and 45. I shoot some 40 too. I shot all 40 this last year. Haven't really loaded that much rifle stuff on it, but pop takeover. Yeah, Gear Wrench is definitely good. Yeah, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying right there, bearded. My other channel doesn't get any views, doesn't get any hits on it. No matter what I tag, it just sits there in limbo. I've got like 8 subscribers. That's what I started out doing was that, and it just shit the bed. So, it is what it is. Oh man. Well, guys, what do you think? Is it time to, call this a night? It was a good test run. Appreciate all you guys coming on here. Unless you got something else you want to ask me. I just wanted to check out a live stream. Almost 1,000 subscribers. Get here. Yeah, I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about this stuff. I just got on here and I just wanted to just show some stuff and be a part of the community. I've been watching these videos for quite some time. It's just my shooting channel. You just go Chad XR 650 on the other YouTube, and you'll see it. It's got videos. I haven't uploaded anything really for a while, but shows all my USPSA matches. Not all of them, but a majority of them. I just got on here and wanted to, just chime in on stuff. I felt like as being a tool dealer at one time, I had some valuable information to add. There's things out there that people didn't know about, and that's kind of what I really wanted to add to it. Hey, what's up, Austin Allen? I just kind of wanted to, do what I could. That's all it is. I don't have a ton of time to do a bunch of research and really get dug in deep on, going into tool companies and their building stuff and stuff like that. Just kind of use what's working for me and what I know is good, what I know about it, what I've experienced with it, companies that I worked with. I do like to research. I will tell you that. I mean, I'm pretty big on researching. Definitely something that I will always be doing is, just getting my, I don't jump in head first, and I'm not the type of guy to guinea pig anything. I don't feel like, unless somebody's going to send it to me for free and let me test it, I'm not going to promote it, or buy it, or tell somebody else to buy it, just because of that fact. Gun parts, I've actually experienced that with a lot of different gun dealers, and I deal with gun vendors and stuff like that through the shooting community. And they'll send me parts and they'll say, hey, try this out. We know you shoot a lot. And I'm like, cool. And they're super cool to deal with. And they're really nice people. For instance, one second. These guys right here, Brass Juice, they gave me a bunch of these little samples to try out. This is just an example. They gave me a little bit easy to try out because this is put a lubrication on your cases when you're reloading, because I'm a stickler about it. I use Hornady stuff religiously. Very adamant about using Hornady, and I won't change because it works. And these guys said, hey, if we send you some samples, will you try it? Let us know what you think. We're a new company, blah, blah, blah. It smells really good. I can tell you that. But, I'm just that type of guy, unless I haven't even gave them any information back, and I've had this been using it now for probably 2-3 months. I just need to know. Hey, Everyday Fleet Tech. When's your new back spot coming? Can't wait. My Mac box is not going to be here for a little while, probably after the first year. And I might get some new ones after that too. CP preach the tool preacher. I just don't want to. I'm not going to promote something or use something and say it's awesome without giving a good test to it first. Just like these screwdrivers. I'm still on the fence of whether or not they're worth their shit. I like how they feel. You can give them the feel test. It feels good in the hand. It feels so good in the hand. It makes me feel good. But that doesn't mean shit at the end of the day. If I go to take a fastener off and split that thing right away, then they ain't worth the cotton picking lint, nothing for me. So it's Chad XR650. Judd Miller, that's what the other channel is for. So Everyday Fleet Tech, I was just going to order a Tech 1000. I have limited space in my shop. That's what I have now, and they were just going to replace that for free. No big deal. And then, I just had so I was like, that'll work for me. It's 70 inches wide, 68 inches wide, and that I can fit that into my space that I need for. Not quite as deep as I wanted, but then I realized that Mac has a box that's 75 inches wide. It's got the long drawers all down one side, and now we had a little bit of a deal that we had to talk about. So that's why I canceled my order because they weren't ready to turn that out at the Mac plant because they're moving just like Everyday Fleet Tech was talking about. So I can't, the Mac Titan box, I can't do that. That thing, I have nowhere to put that. I like the Mac Edge boxes, but I think the problem with Mac Edge boxes I do like the Mac Edge boxes. They're actually not, there's really no problem with them. They're a great little box. Yeah, that Titan box is huge. It's basically two MB 1900s, so it's like it smokes the Snap-on Big Dog and all that. But quite frankly, I'd rather have 4 boxes. I'll be honest with you. Like that's what I have now is 4 different toolboxes, just because I've found out the bigger the toolbox, the harder it is for you to move shit around. And I work in so many different parts of the shop. I hate having one toolbox where I have to run back and forth to. Then I have a cart, and then I have a diagnostic cart. It's just like I found out that having like the Mac Edge box is almost like one of those things where I'd almost like to have one, a couple of those. But yeah, didn't order Mac, Chad. Yeah, that it's just I got one of those Husky boxes I bought out from Home Depot for $1,000, 80-inch box that I got down in my other 2-bay shop, and that thing's awesome. Got a little hutch on it. It's a little bit short for me. I wasn't really a big a fan of that. And then the black, I found out black hutches with black interiors are kind of shitty. If you don't have some kind of white background, which I took and I put some white, I painted it white. I just spray painted the inside of it. Anything when you have a black on black, it really makes it dark in there, and that bothered me. But I love that little Husky box. Hey, what's up, David Young? Yeah, exactly, Nick Pixel. Bigger toolbox, like bigger garage. And the sad part about it is I'm a tool guy. I give a shit less about the boxes. I do want a nice box. That's why I had a nice Tech 1000. It was a perfect size box for me. Nice bench. I can roll it around. Easy to move around. I really dig it. It's been a great box. I've had 2 of them, and I've loved them for years. I love that whole line right there. In Tech 1000, if you look, everybody's pretty much copied that same exact line. For those size boxes. 66 inches is what they are, about 67 inches wide. It's about the perfect size, and it's not like too big. It's not too deep. So that's why if you look at all of them, it's just, and then these carts now are awesome because they're little smaller deals and they work out great. So yeah, that's kind of my problem with having a huge box. I've got a shitload of tools. I could fill up, I guarantee you I could fill up a Mac Titan. I guarantee I could fill up whatever Mr. Big Snap-on. I definitely could fill up a Mac Titan and probably fill up, I know I could fill up probably JRC's setup. I guarantee I could fill up all the tools. I could fill up his box with all my tools. Because like I said, I got 4 toolboxes, and that's a lot of shit I have in blow molded cases on shelves. So, it's not even questioning for me about that stuff. But hey, Fleet Tech, I'm willing to send you some icon sockets for test. Right on. Yeah, it's one of those deals. Moving the Master Series all around all the time sucks. Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, I like that 84-inch Platinum Cornwall box. So that's kind of getting into my wheelhouse for my area where that box where I'm getting at now, where I'm kind of like I'm stationary enough. That's about as big a box as I want to get right there. The problem is once you add a side locker and a hutch on it, that's what I really want. But this is going to be my retirement box if I go that route, and that's where I'm at. So I don't really want that big of a box. Mac has a 75-inch box that almost seems perfect for me. So I'm getting about 10 inches of length on it, and I'm getting those longer drawers. Mac has really nice. I love Mac's setup for their drawers. Their top drawer is super tall. So I love that because I never have to worry about anything. I can fit tall shit in there, and I've always loved Mac's top drawer for that. And then having all those long drawers to get all my wrenches and stuff like that in it. Yeah, it's one of those deals. Toolboxes are, they're like hot rods, you know. They're the hot rods of everybody's garage. Um, and I've never really been into that game. Never been a hot rod guy, really. I've had, you know, I used to have a 73 Roadrunner. Had a couple Mustangs. Got a Bel Air. Had a Studebaker. You know, I've had several different cars. 66 Chevy. I used to like all that stuff, and I don't know. I got growing older. I just kind of started shooting guns and got into that stuff, and started realizing that I liked guns better because I didn't have to go home and fix oil leaks on them all the time. I could sit down in my basement and do that stuff. You know, just a lot easier to tinker with stuff than I work on cars all the time, and you know your fingers hurt and everything else. So, uh, David, I appreciate my toolbox is an F550 Ag Tech. There you go. I've even thought about that too. Just buying a freaking truck, and then I could just that way my tools can be with me all the time. Just a service truck, you know. But then I don't want to. Then I have to go outside when I'm in the shop, nice and warm, to go get shit. That would piss me off too. Yeah. Do I sound like a preacher sometimes? Yeah. Bill Beckett, you're right. I am too young to retire, but I wouldn't pass it up if I could. Believe you me. You know, the right shit hit my way, I'd retire. Well, I wouldn't retire. I would go into, you know, buying stuff. I got a big gang box, bearded CB. I got a big nap gang box. That's what I got. That's one of my boxes I got. I got a smoking deal on it. It's got 4 casters on it. Actually, that thing's built better than most toolboxes. You couldn't break into it. You could shoot that son of a bitch with probably a 50 cal before it'd have to actually go through it, actually penetrate it. It's a good heavy duty box. It's fire rated and everything, which brings up a good point. Is, you know, I paid $1,000 for that. It's got just as much storage as as any normal toolbox, and it's got drawers that lock in it and you can push it around. But nap gang boxes they're badass, you know, and they're not cheap, but they're definitely built well. For a side locker, that's what I had. That's what I bought for a side locker, because I was like, I got a deal. A guy, you know, they told me that it was going to be $2,500 for a side locker for my toolbox, and I was like messing around on Facebook, and I seen a nap gang box for $1,000, and I was like, wow, that thing's cool. It's got shelves, it's got drawers to pull out, and they want $1,000, and I'm going to pay $2,500 for it. I'll just buy that thing. So that's what happens. Waiting on a 55. Once I'm 55, I can retire comfortably. Yeah, I'm at 57. YouTube can make that happen for you in about 100K. You know what, Nick? I'm not gonna wait for 100K subs or even try to go to 100K subs. I don't expect any money out of any of this. This is all for fun for me. It's all. I don't even know. I mean, I've heard some guys tell me I need to set up a Patreon and all that bullshit, and I'm like, yeah, that seems like a lot more work than I want to put into this, you know, just to get $12 a week. You know, that's like child support money to me. They talk about, I hear some of these guys, they talk about making $20 a week, you know, like Redemption Garage is probably making $100 a month off of it or whatever. And, you know, look at all the effort he's putting into it. You know, that's not worth it. You know, I just piss on that. I'll just have fun. You know, anytime this is a good thing that I always have been. Friends of mine that are successful have always said that they've tried to have fun with whatever they were doing there. You know, doing anything for business. That's all I care about doing this for, is for fun. If it turns into being successful, it's going to be an accident. And most people that have gotten, you know, made a bunch of money have done it by accident. So, not saying that I'm going to get rich off YouTube or even try to, but that's why I started working on cars. I just have fun doing it. You know, I try to have fun at everything I'm doing. That's all there is to it. You know, I don't want to be. I don't expect anything out of anything. I just try to have fun and enjoy. shit. So that's all that matters to me. Yeah, have fun and share info. You're right, exactly. It's fun. It's that's right. YouTube was made to be fun, not a job. That's exactly. And I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be. If it's a fucking job to me, I'm done with it. You know, anything that becomes a job and it loses its fun, I'm done with it. Always have been that way. I mean, I used to try to do professional fishing, um, and it got to the point to where it was like a job, and I was like, yeah, this isn't fun anymore. Um, you know, there's certain things that I've done in my just different things that I've wanted to do. Let's see here. I've always traded off to do stuff people said. I've always been a tool guy though, and I've always been into like I did knives. Got into collecting knives. That wasn't something that worked out for me very well. I like knives. Obviously, if you like guns, you gotta like knives. I think. I work at a body shop. All my work is from accidents. Body shops are completely different. I don't even know shit about them. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's only the thing I like about it is I don't get bored. I got plenty going on in my life, but guys kept asking me at work. A lot of people kept asking me about tools, and I have discussions about tools all the time. And I'm like, fuck, I ought to just make a YouTube video about it. Then I watch all these YouTube videos. I started watching. The first guy I started watching was Justin Sturgill. I'll be honest with you. It was his Snap-on tool, his Snap-on junkie reviews. I just absolutely, the guy cracked me up. I felt like he's an honest guy. He don't give a shit. He's doing it for fun. Every once in a while, everybody's gonna get heated and passionate. It is what it is. Just don't take it personal. Move on. Dust settles. I think everybody will get over everything. But and then I'm trying to think. Started watching some other guys. Started watching Justin Dow. He actually annoyed me a little bit, and I stopped watching him. Started watching Tony the Technician. He kind of annoyed me. I stopped watching him. Tom Mater. I went to bed dreaming about mufflers and woke up exhausted. That's a good one. I like it. I love good dad jokes. I collect pocket screwdriver sets. David Young, that's cool. I'd like to see that. Actually, I got some. Mac has pocket pry bars. I have some of those coming. They're pretty sweet. I'll have to. You'll be jealous when you see these things, David Young. Yeah, Everyday Fleet Tech and me and him are right on the same page. Guns and tools, tools and guns, guns and tools. I also collect gold and silver too. It's another stupid habit I got into. That and like silver dollars and shit like that. Don't know why. Just started doing it one day. Old money. Don't collect stamps though. I don't collect anything that post office is attached to me on. I don't want to deal with those guys. What else have I gotten into over the years? I don't know. There's all sorts of shit. I got into cars. I bought and sold a lot of cars too. That's kind of where the auto mechanic kept going on for me is I kept buying and selling cars. Personally, I've owned over like 250 cars since I was 16 years old, and that's personal vehicles that I drove. Buy and sell. Buy them cheap, sell them deep. That's my deal. I'm kind of like a used car salesman. What's that? You have any old case 2X Elephant Toe 10 dots? I don't know what the hell that is, Z06. You have any old case 2X Elephant 10 dots? I have no idea what the hell that is. Ooh, Mark Schumacher. That's interesting. I like that. Pocket watches, old antique pocket watches. I like old stuff. I really do. That old timey stuff. I dig that shit a lot too. Really, really love that. And the tool and repair bids. Yeah, Bill Beckett, I'm the same way. I like watching forging and stuff like that. Knife forging. I really want to get into doing some of that. Case knives, bearded CB. I have a couple case knives. Love them. That's that was my knife to go to when I was a kid. My first knife was a pocket knife. Old case. Oh, 2X knives. Yes, I have a couple elephant toe 10 dots. I don't know what mine are. I got one that I picked up down in Hannibal, Missouri when I was down there to shoot. I'll have to check it out next time. I'll get back with you on that. Yeah, case knives are really cool. I also have some coast knives. I have some coast knives too. They're kind of neat. 78 F-150 not too long ago. A short box manual. Is that the high boy, Nick Pixel? Or no, that'd be a short box. Probably wasn't a high boy. It was a short box. I love that. I was gonna buy a high boy. My first car was a '66 Chevy pickup. No lying. 327 4-speed Muncie in it. I'd pull people out, 2-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. I'd rip that son of a bitch, and I eventually basically took it, turned it out and started making it faster. But that old 327 was awesome. I love that old girl. Very first truck. Made her too fast though. Got her around. Tom made her. I collect ex-wives. I try not to collect any wives. I don't want any of that. But like I always say, why bring a lawyer into a feeling? If they want to be with me, they ought to be able to be with me and not want to take half my shit. Not that I got a ton of stuff, but yeah, I don't. I was with a woman for 8 years and I wouldn't marry her. And I just said, well, if you stay with me for 8 years, you'll stay with me for 8 more. If you don't, then you don't want to marry me. Yeah, I 66 Chevy. Then I've had a 66. Then my next car was a 66 Impala. It's always a big old Chevy car guy fan. I got a 57 Bel Air still. I did a Caprice swap on that, or Caprice chassis swap. Kind of an old. It's just that's what I love about that car. Is I don't give a shit about it. Heavy duty on the outside, got disc brakes, easy to work on. It's got a 350 TBI in it. Nothing really fast, but people think it's cool because it's an old car. And I got a trailer hitch you can hook up to it. Split. I took the bumper and cut it so you can put a receiver in there and tow a camper or whatever. It's fun. Got a 351 Cleveland. You can do much. All original. So yeah, dude, that's awesome. I like them old Fords. Yeah, I'm not even I love them old cars. 70s cars. My cousin did a frame off. 77. He did a frame off restoration on the 77 Chevy. Put way too much money into it. Stupid money. But hey, see you, Bearded CB. We'll have to hook up here one of these days. Some days Tuesdays are a little bit easier for me to do stuff than other days, but we'll have to hook up. Yeah. See you later, Tom Mater. I've been on here for 2 hours. I think that's probably good for me to be on it. I need to every time I think I'm gonna leave. CP, hello CP, the tool addict you just hit 1K tonight? Dano or Dano, you hit 1K tonight? Good for you, brother, man. That's awesome. You can get monetized now or whatever they got to do to make you. Now you're really famous. Crickets. I got people texting me. Yep. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got to get going here, guys. Looks like I'm getting screamed at from the good folks that want my attention. Yeah, good job, Dano. I don't even have you can go live without that, Dano. You can go. I'm on StreamYard. I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, the StreamYard's the way to go. I don't know. Sunday night. I don't know if you guys seen the title of what I put in here. It's Sunday night. It's Sunday night live. Live at Sunday night with Tool Talk with an a-hole. Yeah, you can go, Dano. You can get on with StreamYard anytime you want, and do. That's all I did. And I'm on a tablet. Nothing fancy. I'm not. I don't really need home computer that much. So I just got a new tablet and works like a champ. So and I hate to run, but I'm gonna definitely kick off of this channel now because I got people that are blowing me up. You know, I got that girlfriend thing. She wants to talk, and she's out of town. I'm sure she's on her way back, and she's got to tell me. So hey guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button. You're already subscribed. Thank you much. I appreciate it. Ring that bell. You know, you guys are awesome. Great first live chat. My cherries popped, so now I can do this again. Don't know how many we'll do, but you know, it's been awesome having you guys on. So thanks for watching, fellas. See you later.